Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a little chit chat. Get ready with me, doing a little bit of makeup and reflecting on some of the things that I experienced as far as dating in 2019. So if you guys are interested in chitting and chatting with me, then keep on watching. I went to the gym this morning and I've already done my skincare. The only thing I didn't have on my face was, what is it called? SPF, because I wasn't planning to go outside. Wow, Iran, is that you coming to get President Trump? I'm gonna go ahead and hit these brows. Now, y'all know last time I did these jumps on camera, I failed, right? So, this is making me anxious. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean these brows up and I'll make this one even with this one. And that is it for the brows. So let's get into this chit chat. Something that I learned in 2019 was we need to learn to be selfish about what you want. And along with that, being very clear about what you will and what you won't tolerate. If you want to date, you need to make sure that you are ready to date. And I say that because it's a lot of responsibility involving someone else just in your life in general. You know, having people come into your life and, you know, you opening up communication with them and you have to, you know, give them energy, and you have to decide if that's something that you are ready for, because if you're not, then that already creates a bunch of issues for that situation. So one, make sure that you're ready to date. Why is this looking patchy on my eye? Let's start that over. I'm just gonna take this one color and wash it all over my lid. I'm very confident in who I am. I'm a very confident person. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. But when you get into dating, folks, you tend to let stuff slide. Things that you typically don't like, you kind of turn a blind eye to. And I just really urge everyone, but my women in general, because, and I'll get onto that later, really stick to your guns. Know what things are okay and what things are not for you. What's that quote that people always say? Stand for something or you'll fall for anything. That's what I'm telling you here, because there's a lot out there and there's a lot to get distracted by. And if you do not know what's important to you, then it's already a wrap for you, sis. And I have had this situation where I already knew. It doesn't take long for me to know if I'm interested in a guy, and if something is going to go far, i.e. my worst date video. They kind of coupled along with that is let your intentions be known. I have sat down and had an honest conversation with you, and I'm asking you, are you just here for relations? Because if that's the case, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if that's the case, I need to know, because if I'm not here for that, then let's not waste anybody's time. I'm like, duh, let's be real here. You could have told me this in the beginning, because guess what? I might have just wanted to use you for your body too. Something else I want to tell my man and my women, whoever's watching this video, thanks for following me into 2020. Stop settling. Stop settling. If it's important to you for a man to have a job, if you meet a man and he got all this stuff going on, but he doesn't have a job, don't let that deter you. He's beautiful and this and this and this, but he ain't got no income, sis, because let me tell you, you don't have to tell a good man to work, to provide, to protect. So when they are not naturally doing that, that should be an indicator for you. So stop settling for good enough. Stop saying, oh, well, he got, you know, two things, you know, that I like, so that's good enough. No, because you're already coming in lowering your price. You're already settling. You're already saying, oh, well, he doesn't have this. He can get there. Because the one thing women are so good for is looking at a man and his potential. Would you say church? Amen? This man told me this one time, y'all, and I was like flabbergasted. He was like, you know, I can upgrade you. What? What did you say to me? Stop looking at a man for his potential, because women, I can guarantee you 100%, 1000%, bet me if you want to, I'll see you my cash out right now. Men are not looking at a woman and saying, wow, she has that, but look at her potential. Wow, I can really do something with that. No, they're looking at what you have right now, what you're doing right now, where you are in your life right now. And they're assessing that situation and they're deciding if you are somebody worthy of their time, worthy of their energy. And it takes them that quick to decide yes or no. We need to be the same way. We just need to stop settling, men and women. But I can tell you right now, from men that I've talked to, they don't look at a woman for her potential and decide, oh, I'm going to date her because I can see where she's going. No, fam, that's not what they're doing. So we need to stop doing the same thing. You worked really hard to get where you are. So let them meet you where you are or above. You got the table, tell them bring the chairs. Child, y'all, this next one right here is so important to me. Being lonely and being alone are not the same thing. Do I like being alone? Abso-freaking-lutely. Am I lonely? No, I am not. And the reason we really need to understand the difference is because not understanding that being lonely and being alone are two different things will have you falling into the wrong person's arms. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies, right now, once you fall in love with yourself and you figure out who you are and what you will and won't tolerate, you will hear that you're crazy. You will hear that you're stuck up. You will hear that you're selfish, all because you have a backbone, because you have standards. I don't think these don't match today, but we're gonna rock with it. It's cool or whatever. It took me a while to realize that being single did not equate me being lonely. And because lonely will have you doing crazy things. Sis, fall in love with yourself. So once it's time for you to engage in relationships and dating other people, involving other people in your space and giving your energy to other people, you know what you like. You know who you are, and you won't settle. You won't turn a blind eye to, oh, well, he smokes. I really didn't want to smoke, but you know, it's okay. If that's not what you want, be clear about that. Period. All right, guys, so the eyes are done. When I finish my makeup, I'm gonna leave this palette open because I always want to smoke out the bottom lash line, but I always forget. Oh, I'm tripping. I need to put my lashes on real quick. Do not be afraid to say, this ain't working. Let me tell you how important that is. I have found myself in relationships that I didn't even know I was a part of. Where are my tweezers? Got 'em. So I am very nice. And because I'm very nice, I tend not to want to hurt people's feelings, because who wants to do that besides me being an Aries and always ready to pop off? It's never my intention to, you know, knock somebody down. I think that's harsh. And if you feel the need to do that, then you have deeper rooted issues. A little sip of green tea. Let's keep the skin healthy. Like I said, don't be afraid to say this isn't working, because if not, you'll end up in crazy situations that you never wanted to be in. You were trying to be friends with somebody and they done told their parents about you and you about to get married next week. Woo! Who told me to use my left hand, Shenika? You really tried it in 2020. You ain't ambidextrous, girl. Is that the right word, ambidextrous? But the lashes aren't done. So something that I've been guilty of, you guys, this is a highlighter. I don't really like to use too much highlighter on the top because it's just too over the top for me, and I'm not an over the top girl. So this is kind of like it's a NYX Born to Glow, but I just put it on my cheeks. And so once I put on my foundation, it just kind of gives it a nice glow under the skin. But do not be afraid to tell somebody that this is not working out of fear of losing that person for companionship. Now, let me tell y'all, this look crazy. I can 100% attest to this because I am so guilty of that. I know what I want, right? And I know who I am. But once I'm in a relationship or once I'm in, a talking phase with somebody, I am so guilty of dealing with somebody and getting used to their company that I will act like I don't see what the heck they got going on. Meaning the BS that they got going on, and I will just be like, oh, everything is gonna be okay. I can just look past that because he's great at this, and nobody's perfect, which I'm never looking for a perfect person. But then I realize, nah, sis, they are 100% aware of what they're doing. And so if something has changed, I'm gonna speak about it. If you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing, what you told me that you would do, and I'm going to speak about it. And what I found, you guys, speak about it, because if not, that girl or that man will think that they can continue to get away with treating you that way. And if you don't say anything, then they will continue to do it, because why change if ain't nobody complaining? Now, speaking up, ladies, let me tell you, if you speak up, you might lose that companion, because men don't like it. They don't, because you're calling them out for what they're not doing and what they said they would. And either you're going to have the man who's going to listen to what you're saying, he's going to acknowledge it, and he's going to make a change, or you're going to have the one who won't acknowledge it and then will try and flip the situation on you. He will try and say that, I had one man tell me, oh, you're insecure. Boy, bye. Ain't nobody know insecure. I'm just trying to tell you, get your crap together, or I'm leaving and I'm walking out the door, because guess what? You're not the only one. Wow, whole camera just turned off. I had one man who tried to turn around and tell me that instead of acknowledging what I'm saying and how I feel, he said, oh, you think you're perfect, Miss Perfect. And I'm like, see, that it always goes there. It always goes there, as opposed to you saying, okay, Shenika, I hear you. Where's this coming from? Because if they were so sorely concerned about what you're saying, if they were really that interested in dating you and getting to know you on a more serious level, then they will want to know what bothers you and why it bothers you and what they can do to fix it. But if they want to go back and forth and fight with you and do the blame game, then you already know that it's not something serious for them. It's not a matter of, okay, let me try and mitigate these issues. I don't want her to feel like I don't try. I don't want her to feel like, I'm not invested into this relationship. So it hurts. And it's a hard pill to swallow, because no one wants to be rejected and no one wants to indirectly hear, I don't really want to put the effort into this. Even though it sucks, even though you're probably going to have to go back to the drawing board with a whole nother person, let that be worth it, and let that be so much better, as opposed to not saying this isn't working, because you will just be trapped in that situation, unhappy, expecting someone to right a wrong that they're never going to right. Have a time that's acceptable for you, and I'm not saying everything is on a time limit, but no, if you ain't got your mess together in this amount of time, if you're not showing any promise, if you're not trying to make this more than something casual by this time, then walk away from the situation, because you will literally be sitting around waiting for someone to act right. And if you don't force somebody to act right, or if they aren't showing any promise, and it doesn't take long. So this is what I'm telling you guys. Stop waiting around for a year for somebody to get right. Stop waiting around for 6 months for somebody to get right. You don't have to beg a man who really wants you to spend time with you, to show up for you, to dote on you, to court you. Ooh, I'm getting hot now. My back is sweating, boy. Women, we have made it so easy for men these days to get what they want. You have women out here cooking for men that they can barely get a relationship out of them, doing their laundry, watching their kids. And let me tell you, ladies, there's nothing wrong with being a supportive partner, but it has to go both ways. You have not even made that man work for you, so you've already trained him. This one guy I was talking to, he was like, he was telling me about a relationship that he was in, a prior relationship, and how he was saying that a female expected him to really court her when the way their relationship started off was in a sexual manner. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I asked him to explain more to me. And me and this guy are really good friends. And he was like, if I met you and you instantly made me respect you because sex was not on the table, you made me court you, he said, then I have a whole new respect for you. And I know I'm not trying to create an overgeneralization, but I also have talked to men firsthand, and this is what they give. So this is how you learn. You talk to them, because as the same way men think that we're crazy, I don't think they wrap too tight either. He said, if I meet you this way and you present yourself to me this way, then that game is over. I already know that I'm not about to make you wifey. I'm not about to take you home to meet mom. You're not about to meet my boys, because you've already shown me what you were here for. You gave me what I wanted, and I didn't even have to work for it. So ladies, in 2020, make the man work for it. Don't just give him what he wants. Like, it's just really important, you guys, to like really be vocal about that. Don't sit around waiting for somebody to do right by you, especially when you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're being vocal about what you need. It's a difference when you're not being vocal about, hey, I want this, hey, I need this, hey, can you do this for me? And not buying you stuff, but hey, can we talk more? Talk about what's important to you. And if they can't, rise to the occasion, or they won't rise to the occasion, because I've noticed that too, then be strong enough to walk away. You might have to walk away with tears in your eyes. Turn your back to them. Don't let them see you crying. But you have to let that situation go, because the longer you allow somebody to mistreat you, it'll become a repetitive cycle, and you can't blame anyone but yourself about it. And the last thing that I want to tell you guys about, and I was so guilty of this, and only towards the end of 2019 did I allow myself to open up again. Please don't let the bad experiences, the men who are not ready to date, the ones who treat you so bad it makes you question your worth, don't let those experiences jade you. I was so jaded for the majority of 2019. I wanted to dog out every man that I met. My intention was to learn the male game and to play the male game. And let me tell y'all, I did that. But in the midst of that, I became very cold and heartless. I was thinking like a man and acting like a man. I'm gonna try and lighten up the middle a little bit. Don't let those bad experiences jade you. Don't walk around turned off from love, because I was for the majority of 2019, and that's not who I am. I'm a lover. I love to love. I love to be loved on. I love to share. I love to give. And I allowed bad experiences to jade me and to make me so upset that I was not open to love. The right one is out there. And if it ain't this year, then it's next year. And if it's not next year, then take that time to fall in love with yourself, figure out who you are, and God will bring the perfect person to you. I'm so excited about the new year. It's always good to be able to sit down and reflect on the year prior and, things you're proud of, things that you accomplished. If you have not done that yet, I highly, highly suggest that you sit down and get real with yourself. So as always, guys, thank you so much for supporting my channel. Be kind, be confident, love often, and I'll see you guys in the next video.